Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week at everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news. International inflation is still raging, while the international slowdown needed to quell it is starting to show up in some parts. There were two regional factory surveys out overnight in the US. The Chicago PMI was little changed, and that was an unexpected disappointment because an improvement was expected, and it remains quite negative. And the Dallas Fed factory survey for October was also disappointing. Output rose there, but the level of new orders didn't, and firms surveyed said the outlook isn't as positive. The Dallas Fed factory survey has been more negative than anywhere else in the rest of their country. And the official Chinese factory PMI unexpectedly fell in October, missing market forecasts, and this was the lowest reading since July and comes amid a return of strict pandemic restrictions in several big cities, with output, new orders and export orders all falling. Their service sector PMIs turned negative too, largely for the same reasons. Meanwhile, the Hong Kong economy is going backwards faster, down a sobering 4.5% from the same period a year ago. This is its steepest contraction since the 2020 pandemic period, and before that, the worst since the GFC. Japanese retail sales rose by 4.5% in September, compared with an expected 4.1% gain. This was the seventh straight month of increase in retail trade there, and the steepest pace since May 2021, and interestingly higher than their CPI inflation. Overall inflation in the EU, however, rose to 10.2%. That was the first time it's been in double digits since the EU was formed. Yesterday we reported Germany's 11.6% rise. Today we can note that France is up 7.1%, Italy up 12.8%, and Spain was up 7.3%. And Australian retail sales rose more than expected, and that is the ninth month in a row of gains. However, almost all of these recent monthly gains are likely due to higher prices rather than volumes. And the RBA will likely raise rates this afternoon. Markets expect a 25 basis point rise to 2.85%. Anything else will be a surprise. But Australia does face a rising inflation threat, so 25 basis points is probably inadequate as an inflation-fighting response. The US Treasury 10-year yield starts today up 4 basis points at 4.05%, and the price of gold will open today at $1,636 an ounce. This is down $10 from this time yesterday. And oil prices start today down $2.50, and that means in the US they're $85.50 a barrel, while the international Brent price is now just on $91 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar will open today at 58.1 US cents, a little change since this time yesterday. But against the Australian dollar, we're firm at 91 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're up 0.5 cent at 58.8 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at 68.7 and 30 basis points higher. Get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. That was 90.